It's now 1 o'clock. We'll go ahead and open the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, the first item of business on the agenda is Josh Smith, our Veteran Service Officer, to give an update.
Hello.
Hi there.
Good afternoon. So just a couple little updates, some quick things. I talked with Chad earlier, and he was kind of having a little bit more of a numbers-wise as far as how many veterans have come in and everything like that. I was going to do it every quarter, but I figured I'd go ahead and do it this month. It's been a pretty busy January and February. We've actually had 86 contacts between veterans via walk-ins, appointments, and phone calls. So far, we've got about 55% of the contacts have been walk-ins. So, and then 25 have been appointments, about 20 or so have been phone calls, just for various reasons. So the word's getting out a lot more that I'm here all the time. More people are just stopping by, try to get stuff done, check on stuff, A few of the events, I actually participated in the third quarter of the Indian Springs Middle School Discovery class again, like I have been with doing their enlist portion, and it was a great success, just like it always has been. The kids are always attentive. A few other things that are coming up. I'll have the fourth quarter coming up for the Indian Springs Middle School. That'll be coming up whenever they get the dates for that during the fourth quarter. And then also, it's a little ways out there, but the boys soccer team for the high school is going to be doing their military appreciation game this year. I told them that I would help out in organizing that. We've already got a date scheduled for the game. Would be September 2nd this year. So we're going to be starting to look at getting gift baskets to try to raise money for the honor flight again this year. Hopefully with more marketing of the game sooner, we can get more people and raise more money to send Guardians this time. Other than that,
I wonder if any of the other teams have ever thought about doing that.
I don't know.
Basketball.
I want
or
to say like the football team did it one year.
Really? Or
something to that effect. They had like a military or veterans thing, I think. But other than that, I haven't heard anything.
They probably do it because that's about Veterans Day, isn't it? Or somewhere in that range that month, I guess.
Yeah, they've kind of done it later on in the season.
Really?
But I think they just wanted to, do something, and they picked the honor flight, which I think is a good cause to raise money for. We've been able to raise enough money the last couple of years to send at least one Guardian.
That's cool.
So we'd like to try to get as many, as much raised to send more if we can this time. Yeah, other than that, it's been pretty much business as usual and staying busy.
Good. Awesome. Well, thank you.
Yep. Any other questions or anything like that?
I don't think so.
Thank you very much.
Nathan Bilger with Planning and Building with the Rezoning Request.
Thank you. This request is for a rezoning of a property up on US 33, just south of the county line. It's at 650 East. Currently occupied with factory, has been, I forget what it was originally. But it is the request is to go from the IPM Industrial Park Manufacturing Industrial District to GC General Commercial. The petitioner is looking to operate a church at that building, so churches aren't allowed in industrial, which causes the need for the rezoning. This was heard at the Plan Commission a week and a half ago. Comes to you with a unanimous favorable recommendation. There was no public comment that I can recall other than petitioner. Petitioner's representative is here if you have any questions for him. And if you've got questions for me, I'm here too.
How big of is it a new church, or is it one that's looking to relocate, or?
It is one that's located in various sites within Churubusco right now, and they're getting to the point of needing to have a permanent space and preferably one to grow into. I think their total membership right now is about 200.
Oh, wow.
It's Christ Community Church of Churubusco.
Wow.
That's total membership, so
Yeah,
that's
kids and everything.
yeah, you wouldn't expect that total number on any particular Sunday. But
Wow.
that's as opposed to, of course, some other churches around the county are 5 or 6 times that.
Mhm.
So.
What's the ordinance number?
That'll be 2025-05.
I move to approve ordinance number 2025-05 as presented.
Second, is there any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Scott Wagner, the Health Department, Grant Fund Ordinances.
Good afternoon. So last time we introduced the suicide awareness ordinance and Women's Health Fund ordinance. And you introduced them, couldn't pass them because there was 2 members, but you can pass them today. And after you've done that, I have a 3rd one to introduce. Darcy keeps on getting grants, so we have to keep on getting funds, so. Any questions for me about those?
So, I think last time we can't waive the second reading because Andy told us there was only 2 of us of the.
So you couldn't pass it last time, so you had to introduce it.
Okay,
The
so now we
second-
can pass it.
Yes,
This
correct.
is the second reading,
Right,
basically.
the 2 that you introduced last meeting.
Okay. So, is that ordinance 2025-06?
No, those were, the
Oh.
Women's Health Fund was 03, and the suicide awareness is 04.
Okay, I would move to approve ordinance 2025-03 as presented.
Second, is there any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries.
And I will move to approve ordinance 2025-04 as presented.
Second, is there any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries.
And then ask you to introduce ordinance for Women's Health Fund 2. Since they'll be used in the same manner, but it's from a separate source, so we have to have a separate fund.
So that one will be ordinance 2025-06.
And so this would then be the first reading.
Correct.
Mhm.
So you could pass it at the
So
next.
do we need to table it, or is it just?
You just have to introduce it.
Okay.
So you just say.
I move to introduce
Yep.
ordinance 2025-06 as presented.
Do we have to formally introduce that before the second?
Yeah.
All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's everything I'm offered tomorrow to appropriate these 2.
Yes.
Great.
There's no bird flu in Whitley, is there?
Not yet. It is surrounding us.
Grange has
Luckily,
it.
Whitley County doesn't have large amounts of birds, but it does infect other animals, livestock. I do believe that there are wild animals or normal swans and geese and wild birds that do have flu. It's just not been documented here. Typically, they work to a herd or a flock that's domesticated and gets sick first. We still are very, very high with influenza. One of the top 6 counties in the state with influenza, so it's really out there. COVID's pretty high right now, and so is RSV. So a lot of sickness going around, so wash your hands for sure.
Wow.
Soon as, if we do get any flocks or herds of animals, we'll put out a release on that on Facebook or through the media. There's not much that the public would have to do with that, only if you're a farm person operating within those herd areas, then we might want to take special precautions, and we can relate that to those people.
You say it can be transferred to other types of livestock?
Yes, so bird flu has most commonly been transferred to cattle. Yeah, cattle herds are most likely to be seen, and some of the first humans to get bird flu was from cattle.
Oh, great.
So, but the only
buy
symptoms
some
that
cows?
you typically get is pink eye.
Oh, wonderful. Because I have 2 barns about 2 miles away from me of chickens. Great.
We'll see. Right now, we're not in any containment, but there are counties around us that do have containment. And so.
How does that work? The farmer sees that they're sick and calls
Well,
the
yeah,
Board of
so
Animal Health?
once they get tested and it's confirmed, that flock gets destroyed, and then any associated flocks get put on quarantine, and then they're surrounded by a certain mile, like usually a mile or 2, is quarantined. So any other flocks or herds are then put on notice, and they're tested weekly.
Wow.
It's a lot of work. But so far, in the last 4 months, we've probably killed multiples, millions of chickens in northeast Indiana. Multiples. Millions. So,
Wonderful.
but yes, wash your hands. There's still a lot of sickness going around.
Thank you.
So I'll make spring break really fun.
Okay. Thank you, Scott. Cammy, we don't have any facilities requests. We do. Okay, we have one facility request from Columbia City Connect. They would like to use it for the courthouse. They want to use the courthouse lawn for First Friday activities. May 2nd, June 6th, July 4th, August 1st, September 5th, October 3rd, from 5 to 9. I know that we changed our policy to only approve these 3 months in advance.
I didn't catch the date you said. This is
Well,
further
he's
ahead.
got it for all of them,
Oh.
so I think it would probably be appropriate to have them.
Reapply in the
Mhm.
future? So how do you want to move forward with this then? Do you want to, we can't partially approve it, can we?
I guess we could probably partially approve it for
I
the
don't know, I
ones
mean, since it's
that
the
are
same
within the
thing,
guideline.
I don't know, it seems like we could approve it.
Yeah, but I don't think our ordinance has exceptions for ongoing ones.
I don't know.
So we can partially approve this for the ones that are within the ordinance. Because to use the county facilities, we have an ordinance that you can only request it 3 months in advance.
I can't tell if you're looking at her.
Oh, yeah, you.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if I don't know, I've never seen an ordinance, I don't know if there's exceptions to say we need to reapply and only put within 3 months and then put within 3 months or not.
You just bring it up every month.
Yeah, I would think
Beyond
that just when's the first?
May.
So that it's not like it's next week or something.
No.
So, I don't know, I guess leave it to you if you want to approve the first one. They're really, the other ones are all longer than 90 days out, so.
I would entertain a motion to approve the May date, and then ask that they turn in separate requests for the other dates.
So moved.
Second, is there any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Cammy, did Matt email this to you, the request? Can you email him and ask him to put in separate requests for the other dates? Okay, thank you. Payroll and accounts payable.
So was able to go up between Friday and earlier today and look things over, and everything looked to be business as usual and fine, so I will move to approve payroll as presented.
Second. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries.
And also with accounts payable, everything looked to be fine, and so I will move to approve accounts payable as presented.
Second. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. And I apologize, I missed one item on the agenda, our BakerTilly letters. Tiffany, would you talk about that, please?
I don't know if you remember a couple of years ago when we did our comprehensive financial plan, Commissioner and Council, I think we're both in agreement that they would like to keep up on that every couple of years. So one of them is for the comprehensive financial plan agreement for that, and the other is for any assistance during the budget process, and we do currently use them just as a final look through to make sure nothing's missed before we submit in Gateway for budgets. And then also we have, every year we try to get the growth quotient. Hopefully we can get an increase to the levy, so they do assist with that. So there's those two engagement. And then we did send them some changes made from Carson for just the actual engagement letter, not the agreements. And they said they will have their attorney review and get back to us. But the two actual contracts were good to go from what I'm understanding.
And I know that we definitely wanted to keep up on our comprehensive financial plan, just knowing where the county's at financially. And then the other one, just for everybody's knowledge, when you had first came in, you
We used
came
them
in the middle of the term.
heavily,
Yes, we used them heavily. However, this contract is only to look through for final numbers, and that's
Yep.
something that the county has always done to ensure that we're
Mhm.
correct on and with the quotient.
Yes. Yep.
I would
Do they
ever-
need to be separate, or?
They need to be separate, correct, because they're two separate contracts, yeah.
Okay, I'll move to approve the budget scope services agreement as presented.
Second, is there any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries.
Move to approve the engagement letter for the financial plan, comprehensive financial plan and the growth quotient as presented.
Second, is there any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Okay, previous meeting minutes, and we do have two sets of minutes to approve.
I'll move to approve the minutes from the special meeting on February 24th, 2025 as presented.
Second, all those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries.
And I will also move to approve the minutes from the regular February 18th, 2025 Commissioners meeting as presented.
Second, all those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. All right, public comment. Anyone who'd like to come up and speak, you'll be allotted 3 minutes. Is there anyone who would like to come up? Okay, Tiffany, do you have anything?
I have nothing to add at this time.
And I have nothing either. I'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting. Thank you all for coming.